Hello everybody, it's a pleasure to be joining all of you once again. So today we have an extraordinary person joining with us. I could call him a giant in the tourism sector or the leisure industry. Well, this person has humble beginnings, starting as a mere receptionist in one of these hotels down south, to being the owner of 11 hotels. Or, let me correct myself, as he would best explain, the owner of 11 experience-based resorts which provide an unforgettable and exquisite experience with authentic experience. None other than Mr. Chandra Wickramasinghe.
Ayubowan.
So, Mr. Chandra Wickramasinghe is the chairman and managing director of Connaissance de Salon and Theme Resorts and Spas. From the latest site, wild glamping, that is glamorous camping in Galloya, to the ever famous Malu Malu Resort, the first ever luxury resort opening in the sandy beaches of East Coast, to the many other hotels spanned across the country in special location which are gems that have been discovered. This person has done it all. Not only has he done it all, he has been through it all and he knows it all. So what better way to gain some insight into this sector, into this field, into the management and the marketing aspects of this tourism and hotel industry than talking to the main man himself. Let me welcome you to today's program. It's a pleasure and indeed it's a privilege to have you with us. So let me begin by asking you, what brought you here? What were the baby steps you had to take to get here? Tell us a bit about the inception.
Well, inception is a very tough ride, and also coming from a village background to get into tourism was not very easy. And also when I left school, it's 1971, 72, 73, as it, after insurrections of 1971, it's very difficult to get people to get a job. I was getting a job in the government, but unfortunately or fortunately for me, that time the MP has cut my name. So I was trying to get into university, which I couldn't get in, but I had a chance of coming to Colombo to follow a course of diploma in tourism in Colombo Technical College. Same time I attended hotel school and I did a front office management course, as well as Alliance Française. I did a French diploma. So after that I have no way to go, I have to get into tourism. So after my course was over, I was given a chance of working in hotel school itself, in Hotel Samudra as a receptionist. From there I got another job in Neptune Hotel in down south as a receptionist again, but staying behind a counter as a receptionist was not in my way of thinking and my way of thinking to hotel, where tourism is basically a practical job. And from there I came to Colombo as a junior travel executive to a travel agency. From there I went to France. Then I came back as a tour leader and a tour guide. I followed the tourism guide lecturers course in Sri Lanka Tourism Bureau at that time. So that's how the journey started.
Say, tougher the path, greater the view once you get to the top. So now that you are at the top, you see all that you've done, all that you've surpassed, and we have a clear view ahead of us, and it's beautiful what you have made and what we can see. And as we know, Rome was not built in a day. So let me ask you, how did you get into, or how did you start building your own hotel, starting your own chain? How did it all begin, being the owner and proprietor of a hotel? being the manager of so many hotels and being the control of so many employees, being a leader, that doesn't happen overnight. So tell us, starting from one hotel to owning 11, and not just basic hotels but exquisite experiential sites, let us know what the journey was.
Well, I wasn't a hotelier at the beginning. I started my career, then we formed with partnership Connaissance de Salon. It was one of the French-speaking travel companies, started 1981. That's about almost 40 years back. From that we built it up. So then I've been meeting all these French tourists who are coming to Sri Lanka. We captured the market very fast. First of all, when I went my first travel fair just after the war, 83, 84, we had only a visiting card, but I had very good knowledge of the product and the language proficiency in French. So people started following our path, in the sense they knew these guys are not big companies. So we started very small with getting into different type of clientele. We have not gone into big giant tour operators or chart operators. So we built it up. After about 10 years of travel agency, we built it up and we established very well in French market and other small European markets, small way. But then I thought of, I meet a lot of clients and I guided a lot of very interesting groups those days. So they always thinking, well, Sri Lanka has a lot of hotels, they are beautiful, but we need something very Sri Lankan. So then Kandalama. Actually, I am the first person to go to Kandalama, where I built it's a company. We built a hotel called Culture Club, and I put the name. And I was inspired by Club Med. Club Med was a French hotel chain which is near beaches and doing a lot of other the water sports and all other the entertainments and things like that. So from there, Culture Club was everything to do with culture, nature. So we created something called eco-cultural tourism from Kandalama.
Yes, now you were talking about Culture Club, then that takes me back to my childhood as well. So I particularly remember staying in a villa called Vavala Gedara.
Yes.
That was the villa I stayed in when I visited Culture Club maybe 15 years ago or so.
More than that.
Yes. Right. So now this is what's unique about these locations, about these properties. There is something very homely, very authentic about these hotels, and they also suit the location in a great manner. And I believe this runs throughout all the hotels, the entire chain of hotels which you own. So I don't think this is a mere coincidence. Of course, Sri Lanka is full of hotels, different capacities of different calibers, so many spas. There are so many locations in Sri Lanka, but your group of hotels or the resorts that you own and run stand out for this unique feature. Could you enlighten us on that note of starting Culture Club, giving it a apt name, it having that local feature? Let us know more about how did you develop this concept? What is this concept that runs through all your hotels? How do you maintain this unique and significant feature?
Well, when I plan hotel, I think first like a tour operator or like a client. We get a lot of comments from our clients. So then I study it, and then I wanted to sort of, as I told you earlier, Sri Lankanize the tourism and make it more and more like village background, create more village background. Those days we call it, I come from village, it's a Godaya. But lot of tourists, foreigners are looking for that. And sometimes when you see my business model on hotel building is totally different to certain other investors. I am not looking for the biggest conference hall, air conditioned banquet halls and restaurants, biggest buffet, biggest air conditioned, biggest rooms. No, we are looking to mix the with the nature, where first the location. I'm going for, if I don't get a best location, I don't build anything there. So Kampala was on the best location. From there, I developed the concepts, put the name, and right around I work maybe day and night, lot of thinking going on to develop the things. Then I do first the conceptual drawings and colors, interiors, names. Then we work with an architect, of course, and the engineers to build it up. That's what the long story. Then we went to Candian. That company is a very big company now, and I'm no more involved in that. Then after war is over, I should say the golden era of tourism started. Even my new way of tourism started after 2009, after the war is over.
That is what makes your hotels unique and make them significantly experience-based hotels. Like you said, there are so many hidden gems that have been discovered, specific locations, like you were saying, Mandaram, Nuwara, Kandalama, which was not even exposed, the first hotel in the East Coast. So there are, it's very obvious, it's very evident that you have carefully picked particular locations and you have provided the visitors, the clients who visit these locations, the best experience of that environment and that nature. So moving on, you said you develop these concepts, then you get together with a team and then you take it forward. Give us a bit more insight on how you manage these chains. Of course, it's your brainchild, but an idea alone doesn't come into fruition so easily. There is so much that goes behind it. So how do you give us a bit of insight into the managerial and management aspect of these hotels?
Yeah, my way of management is I do a management to open doors. This door is open for anybody, and also with the hotels need more practical, especially in food and things like that. So we got a very excellent team headed by a CEO, Chamin, who has a lot of experience in hotels, and also we have for our travel company we have a totally different team who are very fluent in French, German and Spanish also. And also we have we also embark into Ayurveda or Helaveda sector. We opened 2 resorts for Ayurveda, yoga and Buddhist meditation called Ayurvi. Ayur is life and V is so French life. So these have had very big followers and they are doing very successfully well. One in Valigama, one in Sigiriya, RV Sigiriya. All those things we have different teams, like Ayurveda team is different and most of them are reporting sometimes direct to me on certain service improvements or product development, especially product development, and we go from A to Z and we have our team going there and checking about the hotels. That's for the travel company as well as the hotels. Hotels, of course, as you said, we have different names. I went Culture Club and Lercandian. All of a sudden I went to Malu Malu. It is after the war and it is in East Coast. So Malu Malu is like any tourist who come into Sri Lanka, really down south, if you see, they always sing Suranganita Malu Genawa. So I thought, okay, this may be a nice name for a beach hotel. So it's like a fishing village. So we have all the drawings inside, and I discuss a lot of things with even everybody, like even Basunas or all these guys. It's not a job that artists, I get the village artists to come and perform all the arts and all this in Culture Club, even at all Malu Malu, Aliyah, all these places are all village artists. They are not though I have Ina batiks all over here, but in my hotels I don't have.
So these unique experiential based resorts have quite catchy names. When you say Malu Malu, Alia, these names are very catchy. You remember it, you won't forget it, and it sticks with you. Similarly, even the locations like this Galloya glamorous camping site to the Mandaram Nuwara resort, from locations to names, everything is very catchy, everything is very well thought of and planned, and this doesn't happen so easily. I believe there is a lot going into it, and not only does a lot go into starting it, but I think there is more effort that goes into running it, taking it forward to making your dreams a reality. What about the management aspect of these resorts? And like I said before, since these hotels and resorts are so very catchy, clearly there is a highlight in the marketing point as well. So could you elaborate on the marketing and management aspects of your hotel chain and how you run it?
Yeah, management aspect is quite difficult. You know, the human resources are very difficult in this country, but I got a very efficient team who understood our vision. It's not only my vision, it's their vision too. So with that, quite easy when they understand the vision and what we are looking for, not to give the longest buffet or not to have the biggest, longest wedding hall, not that. We have totally different concept, and it's very authentic Sri Lankan. We don't even import any decorations or any decors from abroad. Everything is found in the locality. So that is for the sustainability, and also the management team. We have CEO who is looking after all our hotels, and also we have a director operations, and also we have a different section for marketing. And this is very important because if they all should gel together, they all should love what we are going to offer to our client. They have to understand the simplicity, authenticity, and also sustainability, and the cultural values of what we are offering to our clients. If the cultural values are, for instance, I will never open a spa importing maybe girls from Bali or from Thailand. No, I will never do it. We will do only what we know how to do, what is authentic for Sri Lankan. It's Ayurveda, Helavedukama. That's what I started also 2 Ayurvedic resorts, one in Valiga, one in Sigiriya. It's 100% managed by Sri Lankan doctors, Sri Lankan Ayurvedic physicians, and also we have in-house training for therapists. And these are the things like I know some people see, oh well, they are too authentic, oil is not very good, but the Europeans are looking only for oil, not to have any creams and things like that. So we are doing little bit of authentic way of management. Also has to be very authentic in the sense all these, what I do is, if I want to speak to a therapist or even a room boy or a bellboy or a steward, I go and talk to them directly. I don't have management systems. It has to go from the CEO or down the line. Okay, chain of command is very good, but not for tourism and not for service industry. If we don't attend to the problem of the client immediately, we lose the client. So there are so many others to break them. So that is our motto. So it's very and when you are very Sri Lankan style, when you are not going to imitate Bali or imitate Thailand or Maldives, it's very easy. You come here, this is a different thing. So a lot of our clients, they choose our hotels. They know they are not going to get what you are getting in some other resorts. So that we are doing a lot with that, getting very excellent locations, and some places they have never been, like Mandaram Nuwara or Tangapur Knuckles in that area, or Galloya, all these places which I travel a lot, and I think, and also I know these are the places they know tourism, so then very easy, I have less competition. So I don't want to go and build a hotel today in Colombo or in down south. It's very difficult. We have a lot of international chains, and they are financially very, very strong. So we have to choose where our path is, where we can go, without any barriers. So if you going to compete with big hotel chains, we will fail. So we don't want to come into that. We want to have Sri Lankan local label. When they talk of theme resorts, very soon we are going for, now we have about 11 small experiential centers, not hotels, in our chain. We might go very soon for a sort of rebranding. We'll see how we are going to do it. But for us, we want to Sri Lankanize our services. Of course, we have a lot of European, I speak French, I am married to French, and so we have they call it Sri Lankan style, French style and Sri Lankan smile. So that's very important to combine both, the fusion both, and go for a very authentic, but same time there is something different. Service is different, even the decor is different, atmosphere is different. Like when I put all Sri Lankan names, when you go to France, you go to a cafe, what they say, bonjour, au revoir, merci. Bonjour, au revoir, merci. That is 3 words. They never talk English. Even the top places, they say that because they want to show that there's something. So Sri Lanka, so we started first saying Ayubowan, those days in 1980s. That's Ayubowan. At least we need to learn something. Some people are asking us, why do you talk all in English or some other language? We also we are coming to Sri Lanka, and I know that we have an issue, we have about 2.3 million tourists came. Out of them, maybe about 600,000 tourists can understand English. All others are German, French, Chinese, Russians, and things like that. So we need to, our language is very important. That's why I put all Sinhalese names sometimes. So our characters are beautiful. So we are trying to put more in to Sri Lankan culture, nature, and our cultural values into tourism.
Now, with everything that you said, like that one thing that screams out loud is authenticity. And with authenticity comes a lot of boldness, fearlessness, and that doesn't come easy. That comes with great leadership, and great leadership is also fearless leadership. That is what we see throughout everything Mr. Wickramasinghe just told us. We see how he does not follow the trend. He goes against the tide. He sticks to his principles, he sticks to his theme, and he maintains what he wants to maintain. That bold, fearless, very novel leadership has taken you places and has, of course, taken your entire chain of hotels to great heights. Are there any career highlights? I wanted to say, tell us your success story, but I believe everything you just told us was a success story in its own. So apart from this massive success story that you are, any career highlights, any particular highs or moments you would want to feature and focus on?
Career highlights are the reviews of clients. When I read the reviews of clients, I read all the complaints, and if it's your TripAdvisor or Booking.com, you go and read. Then only you see how your team is working. So it's very interesting to read certain comments, because I know if I don't motivate the team, you can have the best team resorts or what it is, but that team should feed into the team who is handling the clients. So that's very important. And also when you say, okay, when I say name is Malu Malu, or name is tea and experience in Mandaram Nuwara. It's the whole experience based there is on tea and the colonial side type of thing. So you can change your food little bit to balance with tea, and new fusions with tea based cocktails and tea based food. So these things are very important, and most important thing is the message from us, from the top, should go to the down to the bellboy. Not only the general manager or the chef should know it. That's very important. Sometimes most of the chains, big hotel chains, the vision, they don't know. The vision is only with the management team, which is very bad, because they should know, like our main thing is to be different, to sort of highlight the Sri Lankan culture, nature and language, music and all those things. That is very easy, because then it's very less competition. Like Ayurveda, only country or 2 countries in the world you can do real Ayurveda, Kerala and Sri Lanka. So it's sometimes it's not that difficult, but you have to satisfy the clients. Now Ayurveda clientele is German, so we have a doctor plus another well qualified person who speaks very good German. So it's also how to transmit the message in different languages. These are very important. Those we have to understand. We can't put just Veda Mahatya to go and tell about this is Elaveda. No, you have to explain them what is this what do you call even the food. When you give a kanda, they should explain it. So we need that knowledge based tourism. We have to add lot of knowledge into what our service is offering. Everything has to be a lot of tourism based knowledge and experiences. So we have to train the people to absorb what we are going to tell the clients.
Yes, undoubtedly, that is the secret behind your success. And sometimes success goes unseen, and sometimes success is also rewarded. Are there any particular rewards, any particular highlights that you would like to share with us that was recognized maybe locally or internationally?
I would like to tell you the best reward which I got. It's from France. So I was being made a officier national mérite du government. French government had given me the best award for a citizen that they give you. It's come from French president. So that was one of the best awards in Sri Lanka. Maybe only couple of people have got it. I got it to the top level, right, official. So these type of things are very encouraging. But in Sri Lanka, I got it Legend of Tourism and little bit of awards. But best awards, as you mentioned earlier, it's given to us by the clients. Then I was also the first founder president of Alliance Française, Colombo. That was also, so I got it from sort of French embassy, pushed me to open a new Alliance Française. We had some issues. Then I was the president of Inbound Tour Operators Association, as well as Travel Agents Association, both. So these are things that you achieve, and these are not very important, but sometimes they are encouraging for your career. And most encouragement is when the clients write good of you.
Person who has bagged so many awards and so many achievements, it is undoubtedly due to your fearless and bold leadership, and these qualities of leadership really stand out. What is your take on the kind of leadership that you follow? What is your idea of leadership? And as a top professional, what is your advice to the youngsters, the new hoteliers, the new managers who are coming into form and being and starting up?
For me, leaders are dealers of hope. They give you hope to the country or individuals or a certain team and look after the well-being of their cultural, social and environmental standard. So this is principle, and as leaders you can't be guilty of going against values. So this is very important. Leaders should also walk the talk. A lot of leaders are talking a lot and giving a lot of lectures, giving a lot of promises, a lot of hope, but they don't follow through, and then people are not happy, or the companies are not happy, the people, the country, the population is not happy. So we have to be very, if you promise something, we have to deliver it, but we should not over promise and under deliver. So this is very important for any leader to deliver what they are promising.
Now, from all what Mr. Wickramasinghe you told us, we see there is a lot of management that goes in, and I believe the most difficult area to manage or manipulate must be the human resources, because they are subject to a lot of changes, a lot of things. How do you manage these human resources in such a way that they deliver what is expected from you?
I think basically what I do is I show my commitment first to whatever the work I am involved with them, and also I always support them whenever tourism is like travel trade is trouble trade. It's people who are coming to Sri Lanka, or even the Sri Lankans who are going to hotels, they always look for not a mistake, they are crazy in the sense they want to get off from their working environment, and they want to go and have a relaxed mind. So what I am telling also, the people who are working here also have to have more relaxed mind than them to go and give a good service. So I motivate them is a matter of not only giving facilities and share our vision and share our resources what we have, and look after them well. So to the and also I do a lot of training, and we help them to go up on the career. Like for instance, if I get a room boy, I don't want any room boy to be more than 5 years as a room boy. We always advise them, if you can't rise up in our organization, at least please go abroad and come back. So then they open their minds. So likewise, we have to help them to build their personal way of life as well as their living standard. So we always support them on that. Motivate them by taking them to sort of when we go on marketing and all the trips and all that is for my travels, and also giving them best opportunity to take their own decision. And if you trying to create a new innovation, I always said innovate something new. Even if it's going wrong, we are not going to tell them, you are trying to do something and it's going to cost me this. No. And also to satisfy a client, I said we can't, they can't wait until the boss come and tell the okay to pay for extra drink or something. They have given a very much free hand to satisfy our clientele. That is our way of sort of thinking, because the bottom line comes if the clients are happy. Bottom line comes, and I comes later immediately. But I always say if you lose one client, you might lose 10. When you gain one client, you get another 10 or 20 more.
We are excited for what is in store for you, and we are excited to have many more discussions with you, which will enlighten all of us watching. Thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you all the very best. Ayubowan.
Ayubowan. Thank you very much.